The Blackhawks provide the opposition tonight. No, they aren't the Blackhawks from the championship days, but then again, they're not that far removed from it, and they're still dangerous.
They've got a lot of firepower. Their area that they struggle in is defensive zone coverage. You've got to be really diligent. You've got to put everything outside the dots against Kane, Taves, and Saad. That's their big threesome. They put all their eggs in one basket. They've got to close them down.
Ovechkin, great look. Wilson chips it home. Washington strikes 54 seconds into the game.
Tom Wilson continues to impress, but watch the pass wide, then back out to Ovi, and look at the deception on the pass. Crawford set up for the shot from the Capitals captain. Once he freezes a goaltender, it's a layup for Tom Wilson, and he strikes first. The Caps are off and running less than a minute in.
Matt Niskanen swivels to the corner. It comes through to Burakovsky. Up top, Orlov. This way, Niskanen fires. Stopped by Crawford. Rebound there. Backside feed. Score! Andre Burakovsky.
Great recovery of the puck. And Crawford again, totally out of the net. The way you have to score in the NHL now. Vrana will get the primary assist. Way to go, Berkey. Like to see him score because they need him to play in the top 9, to be an effective offensive player. And these are the type of goals you want to see from number 65.
Hurriedly, Taves out of his own zone, wing to wing for Kane as he goes one-on-one. Patrick Kane leaves it to the interior. Snapshot's a good glove save by Holtby on Gustafsson.
Puck's loose and watch him jam away at it. They're all around Braden Holtby. Finally, the Caps able to clear, but it's all in a miscue on a line change that allowed him that look. Very hard to contain.
Off the turnover here, Holtby made the stop on John Hayden.
Well, they thought they were able to make a line change, but the puck was still in the zone, and they had trouble because of the defenseman going off. And that last opportunity,
Holtby had his goalie skate pinned to the post.
and it looked like the puck was caught between that and the post.
I don't like where it wound up there.
No, but the whistle had well gone. But here it is. One more look. That skate is holding the puck against the post. You don't have any view there that would show you that the puck has completely crossed the goal line.
You need conclusive evidence.
Correct.
Here's an overhead look.
Call and the ice is going to stand. There's no goal.
Backstrom operating on his backhand. Carlson fires. That goes wide. Rebound. Eller didn't stuff it in there. Loose in front. The backhander blocked by Seabrook.
A nice little stick, it looks like, by the defenseman. Also, the goaltender, Seabrook, makes the play right at the goal post.
Carlson thought about it. He was beaten to the punch there by Taves. Camp is in. Holds on the deke and a pad save by Holtby.
Now they're on a break. Camp coming in, trying to get it short side, and it's just the slash. It's a one-handed whip of the stick right here that sends Alex Ovechkin to the box, right across the lower hand of Camp going to the net.
10:41 remaining in the second frame. Have you ever been to Alaska?
Never.
Kempny fires, he scores! A long blast from the former Hawk.
And it comes to fruition, Joe B. Here it is right off the draw. Good work, all three guys involved, widgeted out, freed up by Vrana, who will get a primary assist, and there's the slap shot. Notice the big tiger in front of the net. How the heck do you see behind a tiger? You can't, because he's taken the eyes away from the goaltender, Lars Eller. Everything was great about this, starting with the face-off, the support, Vrana getting it free, getting it to the point, net front, goal. 3-0 Caps.
Duncan Keith plays it along to Taves, then out wide for Saad. Saad gets around Orlov, shoots and scores. A brilliant shot from Brandon Saad makes it 3-1.
And then it's a flashy looking shot to the far side. And he got it up in a hurry. Notice where he shot the puck from in his feet. Just about just a quick elevation before Niskanen can get his stick on it. Saad has got life into the Chicago Blackhawks.
A little bit less than 3 minutes in the second, separating us from Capitals intermission line. On the go, Schmaltz delays, stopped by Holtby, rebound Anisimov. Didn't have enough room to tuck that one in. Off the boots of Saad. It's Ovechkin with the last thrust in the period. Ovechkin, nice touch. Snapshot covered by Crawford, and he'll hang on after making the save on Backstrom.
Real nice rewind by the Caps after they turned the puck over.
send away intended for Connolly that was snared by Gustafsson. On the counterattack, DeBrincat fires a pad save for Holtby.
That was excellent by Braden Holtby because they broke down the Capitals' defense. DeBrincat can really bring it.
John Hayden in there quickly, 40 in the white. Hayden plays it on top. Gustafsson fires wide of the goal. Martinson this way with a snapshot, and it's swallowed up by Braden Holtby.
Analogy on the other side of things, talking about the black pads versus the white pads, is white tape versus black tape. I don't think the goaltenders see anything significantly different on that either.
Great Deacon score on the tuck-in. Gustafsson has made this a one-goal game.
He looked like a goal scorer there. How did he spin that puck into the wide empty net this deep? That is something, because Braden was thinking about the poke check. Watch Braden's stick come out a little bit there, misses it, and then the Gustafsson, the defenseman, able to step around, but here's the lucky bounce. All around, and Anisimov will get the primary assist, but here it is. Gustafsson makes it a 3-2 game.
To the middle, picked off by Saad. They nearly had a breakaway as the center iceman Anisimov had blown the zone. Centering pass is a beauty. Smith-Pelly jams it home, and the Caps have a 4-2 lead.
And that is a one-timer on his strong side, coming down the wall. Off wing is Smith-Pelly, and he just swoops in and stashes it over the goaltender Crawford. Look at how deep Crawford is. All he has to do is get it up, and he actually got a piece of that with his blocker. The Caps have a 2-goal lead. Way to go, DSP. And they're sort of a surprise of the NHL early on.
Burakovsky beaten there by Crawford in tight range. Capitals a long clear. They were trying to spring Ovechkin. Alex takes it off the boards. Poke check by Crawford.
And they're using that in transition. So I think you got to go corner to corner and force pucks into the crease with bodies there.
We'll look for it as Gustafsson blasts this one right to the glove of Braden Holtby. Shifting gears below the goal line. They want to get it to Kane. Patrick Kane waltzing to the point position. Kane with a wrister, stick save Holtby, and the rebound's cleared on out. Patrick Kane breezing through center. Didn't elevate that around Burakovsky. Andre driving in to the middle for a Boyd wrister that's gloved by Crawford. He'll keep the play moving.
Little bit dangerous.
Just a smidge. Seabrook to the outside, fires. Hope he had that one covered up.
Whoa.
He's the beneficiary of a quick whistle there.
Bounce through there, but sit on his pad, and it just sits there. Absolutely no goal. They got an early whistle that pays dividends to Braden Holtby.
Off this draw, pretty much a stalemate. Jonathan Taves has won 75%. Cahoon to the front, loose there, diving. It was Holtby going to the snowplow to cover.
And again, right off the draw, they get some lucky bounces go their way, and the Capitals trying to check with their feet.
The Capitals, Burakovsky chipping it towards the empty goal. His backhand goes wide as the siren will sound. The Capitals bank a 4-2 decision over the Chicago Blackhawks. 37 saves for Braden Holtby, who was sharp from the outset, as Holtby picks up win number 7 for himself on the year. The Capitals victorious. They get 4 as they've won 3 in a row, 4 of the last 5, and they improve to 11-7-3. Braden Holtby supported by those 4 on the board, one of those coming from Michael Kempny, a long-range second period blast.